Welcome once again to Let's Learn and Grow channel. In this video, we are going to discuss about adaptations in animals. Now, before we get into the topic, first we have to discuss about what is habitat. So, habitat is the natural home, remember children, natural home of animals and plants. It gives food, shelter and best climatic conditions so that they can breed, survive and flourish there. Now, habitat is made up of biotic and abiotic components. Now, biotic components is made up of small animals, shades of trees where it can take rest because these animals cannot survive under sunlight the whole day. They cannot bear the extreme temperature. Then the next point is shrubs and grasses where it can hide to hunt. Do you understand the meaning of camouflage? They hide behind those brown color grasses where the color of the grass blends very beautifully with the color of the lions and tigers, and so it is very easy for them to hunt or catch its prey. Now, next is abiotic components. Now, under this topic comes oxygen gas, which will help it to respire, then suitable temperature, rainfall and sunlight. Now, let us see which organisms very nicely in what kind of habitat. Though this video is not based on plants, but still I would like to start with the cactus plant. Now, the cactus plant is made in such a way that it can adapt very nicely to the hot temperatures of a desert. It is very hot during the day and it is very cold at night, but the cactus plant is very well adapted to this kind of environment. It can survive and it can flourish there too. Next is camel. Now, camel also lives in a desert. It can bear the extreme temperatures of the desert, and it has a hump. There are many adaptations like the hump of the camel, the camel's eyes and other features, the structural features which we will discuss later on. Those features help it to adapt to the desert climate. Next is an earthworm. It lives in moist soil. Then are the monkeys. We know the behavior of monkeys. What it does, it is very restless. It can hang from branches because of having long tails. Can we hang from branches? No, we cannot do that because our body is not adapted to such a kind of an activity. Now, next is frog. Now, frogs live in a pond or lake. Then is elephant. Elephants live in dense forests. What is adaptation? So, adaptations are those structural, physiological and behavioral changes in an organism that help it to live well and successfully in a particular habitat or surroundings. Now, you must be understanding, children, what I mean by adaptation. They are the structural in structure. They are the physiological, that is the body processes, and the behavioral, how they are behaving in order to adapt to the environment. So these are the different changes in the body of the organism so that it can live well in an environment. So an adaptation is passed from one generation to another. Now, monkey is well adapted. Now, the baby of a monkey will also have the same adaptations when it is born. In this video, children, we are going to discuss only two types of adaptations. One is behavioral adaptation and the other is structural adaptation. Now, animals behave in a certain way to help them adapt to their environment. Number one type is migration. Now, an animal moves from one location to another during winter months. Many animals migrate to warmer regions to find food, escape the heat and to survive. One such example is of the Arctic tern bird. Now, the Arctic tern bird flies or migrates from the North Pole to the South Pole to Antarctica to escape the extreme cold. Next is the blue whales, who can swim up to 16,000 miles. Now, this is the world's longest migration. Another one is the humpback whales. They can also swim from the North Pole to the South Pole to escape the cold. Next point is hibernation. This is a state in which animals stay in one place, sleeps throughout the winter till warmer seasons come. This is a way how animals adapt their behavior in order to escape the cold and to survive. Now, one such example of hibernation is bear. They go to sleep throughout winter and it loses a quarter of their body weight during this stage. Before sleeping, they eat large amounts of food, around 90 pounds of food, in order to survive. Next category is of skunks, raccoons and chipmunks. They also hibernate but slightly, that is they wake up for short periods of time, go to the bathroom and find food. Next category is of snakes, turtles and frogs. They go into a state called brumation. This happens mostly in cold-blooded animals. Their body's metabolism slows down. They go underground and become less active. They sleep for long periods of time. Now children, do you understand the meaning of metabolism? Metabolism means those chemical processes which takes place in an organism, and it burns the food and it releases energy to do all the activities which take place in the body of the organism. So all these activities slows down. They go underground and become less active. They sleep for long periods of time. Another way animals behave is their interactions with each other. Now, one such type of animal are the monkeys. Monkeys help each other out by eating the bugs or parasites off their buddy's back. Another category is of the plover bird. Plover bird flies into the mouth of the crocodile to clean its teeth after it has eaten. As a reward, the crocodile does not eat it. The last point is movement. The way some animals move is also a kind of behavioral adaptation. For example, flamingo. This is all. So we will end up here, children, though I thought that I will also discuss structural adaptation with you in this video, but then it is becoming very long. So in part 2 of adaptations in animals, we are going to discuss structural adaptations in animals. Thank you, children.